Nothing like real time, right? So I just got a request to perform a walkthrough and provide a cleaning bid to a client. So I was like, all right, what better than to show you guys route in action? So come on over here, take a look. We literally just got an email. A client that I've done some work for in the past is requesting services for a couple properties. We all get these emails. These are the emails we want to wake up to and receive to get out there and go earn and win some more business, right? So what I did is just respond back and said, hey, I can actually get out there today. So you confirmed, said go on in, obviously COVID, social distancing, but I wanted to show you guys how this happens from start to finish, how fast, how efficient, and how organized you guys can do this. Because either you're the business owner wearing all the hats, or you have a sales guy who you're overwhelming with a lot of leads coming from the website, phone calls ringing. I mean, we're in a time right now with COVID going on that cleaning companies are busy and should be busy. All right, so I do already have the contact information, right? It's stored, it's ready to go. But what I need to do though is add locations. I have to add a different address. So I have both addresses. One happens to be the addresses that we're going to if you refer back right there. So it's actually an area that we have visited before. I don't actually have to go back and do a walkthrough at that place because I should have it in here stored. So I'll take a look at that, but I'm gonna add that other location. So there's my walkthrough set up for me, ready to go. So we're gonna go to this site first. We're gonna take a drive over there. So, see you guys in the car. While I was behind the desk, I did the post-construction site. What I'm gonna do here is the other location that he wanted me to do janitorial for. All I gotta do is go to new walkthrough, because I know I'm setting it up here from the mobile app. Go to client, pops up because he's already a client in there. So I'm gonna select janitorial cleaning, save and close. We're getting out there right now, so I'm just going to confirm the time frame right now. In the email, he did mention tenants are on sites, but if he had a person that I had to contact, I would have entered it here in the notes. So I'm done. Boom, green check mark. As you can see, I'm ready to go, right? And it actually shows the previous walkthrough. Man, this is actually easier than I thought. Again, real time, guys. My team did a walkthrough there already before. So we'll get there on site. I'll still do a little bit of a walkthrough to show you guys, but then we'll go to the other site so then we could do the post-construction walkthrough too. And we'll see you there. All right, guys. So we're here. We arrived on site. As you can see, I've got the walkthrough set up already, right? Clicking this one takes us right into the view of the walkthrough we're about to walk in and perform. So what I always want to do too is I start this, right? It's timestamps so you're able to know how long your walkthrough is taken. But it also allows you to just snap away with pictures and just get after it. So we're gonna get in there and start performing our walkthrough, guys, all right? So we're here, we're on site. Again, we're gonna try to keep it quiet because everybody's here working right now. So we're gonna try to get this done in a timely manner. But I'll tell you what, two things. You need to be logged in, ready to go, right? Second, you need your laser, guys. This is crucial right here for everything you need to do is your route app and your laser, because this is what gets you the measurements that you need for all the square footage of the facility. Tip number two though, this is just a sidebar tip. This kind of building though, this is a commercial office building, right? This has other tenants. So I'm not here to measure square footage of all the tenant spaces, but what you guys should do, and this is what I kind of recommend to people too. So this is the lobby area. I'm also going to take a picture of the directory. And I say that because these are all opportunities for you guys, right? This is when you're in a commercial office building, you hit the jackpot of being able to open up your services to other tenants in the space if it's not included in the scope of work. I'll just use that as a tip for the future. When I get back to the office, I could possibly reach out and offer the services to those people as well. So let's get into the space. When you're measuring, I always recommend by floor type. So if we're here, this is the beginning of the space, right? We've got pretty much terrazzo floor up from here to stairs, down here to about this open area right here. We're estimating and somewhat an accuracy to an idea. It doesn't have to be to the enter in the square footage at a measurement 12 by 22. I already have terrazzo selected. I save that. It creates a lobby card for me, right? So let's say I want to take a step back, or I may want my staff to know when they're entering the space which door they're supposed to come in through, and I'll take a picture there, right? You could even mark up and make a note for your team or your supervisor and say, this is the doorway the staff will enter. So, all right, now we're gonna move on to that. That is it for here, guys. So here's the next walkthrough I'm gonna go to. What I wanted to show you guys this part is hit the direction button. So we are en route to the location straight from the app. We're able to know how to get to the next walkthrough, right? Again, pretty cool. Thank God I put my notes in the application, right? Because I was at the front door waiting, but I referenced the notes and it said, go through the back door to ask for the foreman mark. We're at the back door. All right, so you guys can see that this place is literally a construction site still. But the owner called to say, hey, I want to get this ready for a post-construction clean. This, in my opinion, is going to be a rough clean, right? So as you guys can see, big open space, right? Again, construction everywhere. So what he told me is he wants a rough clean. Rough clean for post-construction, meaning, Rick, I want floors to be swept, dusting to be in the areas that it is finished, which you'll see on the other side. We'll walk over there. There's already office areas that are finishing up. So that's what you call like an ongoing phase by phase construction clean. Because as they finish their phases, they want certain areas prepped and ready. So then they continue the construction. It becomes easier to maintain and clean the space. So here, all I'm really gonna do, because I don't know if this is lobby, if this is office, I'm gonna literally just get general square footage for the scenario of giving them a price for a rough clean. So now we're done. Again, you finish, it's uploading all the pictures. All the pictures get uploaded, green check mark. We get our total square footage, because again, it was all polished concrete. So we're at about 10,000 square feet. Pretty much done here. Let's get back to the office. Let's work up these two quotes, send them in a proposal, and let's try to win this business. All right, guys. So we just did 2 walkthroughs. Took us about, I'd say probably 30 minutes to 45 minutes to complete that. As you can see, I made my way over to get some tacos and got it set up. What I can do with the walkthrough to you guys, I can send that walkthrough to one of the team members. This is saved to the cloud, so the team back in the office could open this on the web and start working on the estimate and the proposal while we're here having lunch. We're back to the office. I think we're running on it was about an hour that we went. We went to 2 locations. We did 2 walkthroughs. One was for post-construction, one is for janitorial. So now I'm back here. I'm about to go onto the Route web app now, so that you guys can take a look and see, literally, this is the daily life of the Rosal Auto Services company, you know, my company too, using the Route app to streamline, sell faster, sell better, and sell together with us as a company. Because the point is, I didn't have to be the one that's here to work on this estimate, but I wanted to do this for you guys to show you guys from start to finish how it is to do a walkthrough in the field, come to the office, work on an estimate, and then send the proposal out all at one time. So come on over, take a look at my screen. As you can see, I already have the the Route platform up. These are the 2 walkthroughs that we just did, right? We're gonna go to, this one is the post-construction. So let's start with this one first. So as you can see, we built somewhat of a portrait of the space, right? So we have the photos that we took, nice and clear. You're just strolling through, getting an idea of what the space looks like. Again, because what if the other person that's behind here looking at this and working on an estimate didn't go there? They can at least see everything, right? And you can also label them here, so then they can get an idea of what the space looks like. Because then what they're gonna do then for a post-construction is know that we're just basically gonna go off of square footage. to understand what the price is that we're gonna quote the customer for this clean. So we know that it's a rough clean. You see the space, you see the condition that it's in. This is a rough clean all day, every day, right? So what we do is turn this walkthrough into an estimate. It's already labeled post clean. We hit next. As you see, here is the estimating calculator. What we're gonna do in this scenario, let's just say we're gonna charge per square feet, right? Because it's a post construction. We don't know what the place is gonna look like yet. It's still somewhat in disarray. What he needs is just a rough clean. So this is not gonna be a repeating job right now. It's a one-time job. And then we're going to go off of hours, calculated pay. This guy, for that job, we are literally gonna do 2 days, 8 hours, 3 people each, right? So let's just do some math here for you, right? So we're gonna have 2 people in there working 8 hours a day, 2 days a week, it's gonna take us 2 days to get that job done. So that is 16 times 2, 32 hours. You may say, how did you come up with all that, right? That's just, we know that type of space for the amount of square footage it's gonna be, because we're doing post-construction so much, which again, this is something that I tell everybody is, it really depends on you guys as a service provider, your production rates, your experience, how you perform the services. This could vary. This could have been a 1 day, 8 hours a day, or 8 hour session. But in this scenario, we're gonna go with these numbers to come up with a bid that we wanna give him, because he wants detailed wiping down of all the ceiling, exhaust, the pipes, everything that we know he wants us to get done. We've got to estimate that it's gonna take us about 32 man hours, okay? But that's 32 man hours. Let's say we got here. So actually, again, because this is in real time, let me actually change this then. I'm gonna go with hourly rate, because I actually know what the man hours are. We know that this is a post-construction, so we pay a little bit more, so it's 18 an hour. And we know that our loaded cost, when I mean loaded, you guys, this is workman's comp, general liability, umbrella insurance, health, workman's comp, general liability, umbrella, health. That's pretty much it. That's for us. Again, this is us as a company for our metrics. We're at about a $4 rate on top of what the hourly pay is that we're gonna do. One-time costs, we know we're gonna need supplies here, right? So we have a post-clean kit is what we call it. And we've already figured out, because again, we've done the work, we've been doing this for a while, that we know it's about $125 is the items that we need to perform this work that we're going to charge within the proposal. And now by looking up above, 22 was our rate, right? Or if you add, the 18 plus 4, if my cost is 22 labor-wise, and I know that I have overhead, right? And in my overhead, I have the supply cost, normally for janitorial, but we don't need that here. Why? Because you guys saw that I put $125 for the supply kit in general, because it's only 2 days. I only got to worry about a 2-day session here. So my overhead in this scenario is 20%, because again, that's the size of my company. Your size may be different. Everybody's size is different. This could be down to 10% for other companies. But again, my scenario, I'm at 20%. So what I do is I take 20% of 22 times 20%. That's 440. So that means, sorry for the chicken scratch, guys, but again, this is real time, right? I'm making it happen in the real scenario here. So that would be 2640, right? Again, my cost. I want to make 25% profit margin on this. So if I am, and this is post cleaning, you could probably make more, right? But I know this client, I want to do good business with this client. So I'm going to do 25%. On top of that, $6.60. So it's $6.60 plus 26, what is that? I can't even read my own handwriting. Plus 3260. Jesus Lord. All right, so 3260 is what I'm going to charge the client. Again, though, this is where I tell you guys, it's up to you what you want to do, right? Because here you'll see I automatically now have with Route. What Route does is it takes all the information you just inputted here and it gives you the base rate. So I'm going to charge $1,043 for that post-construction clean. My labor and my costs all comes out to about $829, right? My profit, what I say, I want to make about 25%, 20%. I didn't include markup here. That's why it gets hit a little bit and it's at 20%. But you guys can play with this, you know? Like if I said, you know what, screw, let's do this. You know, on average, I think the team here likes to do 36 an hour. Just bump that up a little bit, right? So I'm now making 28% profit margin. Again, you can play with the numbers here. This is where you guys want to get competitive. If you wanted to charge 40, it just continues to go up here, right? But I'm gonna go back, like I said, let's stick with a round number. I'm gonna go with $35 an hour. Everything's taken care of, done, it's a post clean. Save the estimate, turn that estimate into a proposal. Again, you guys have seen how fast this goes. I'm gonna do a standard proposal. His logo gets carried over, proposal codes, dates, things start to carry over from the walkthrough to the estimate. Cool part here is the estimate's already dragged over, guys. So you don't have to re-enter that data over and over again. Another tip that I tell people, because again, I use the product so much, is I nickname my stuff here as well. So here I'm gonna do post clean of Elston, right? Nicknaming it because when I go back to search, it's easier to look for this than a proposal number or the client. Client helps though, but if you're doing a lot of business for somebody, start doing some nicknames up here and you'll be able to search it better. So now we are in the proposal generator. You saw when I hit standard template, did you see what popped up here? We got our charges section. We've got service days, scope of work, areas. So the areas, this got brought into by performing the walkthrough, right? So again, you can include all this. This starts to make your proposal stand out. Why? Because the client's gonna see that you took actual pictures of their space and this is their real space, not Google Images or stock photos. This is their actual place here. We've got a sample contract service agreement. Now, this is a sample service agreement, pretty standard. It's got everything in there that you need. But again, if you have something that you want and you want to include, all you gotta do is delete it, guys. Delete it and put yours in and drop it in, copy and paste, and you've got yourself your own contract service terms. But I don't need it. I already have my default. And then down at the bottom, you've got the client signature line and your signature line. But let's go back up. Double check everything, right? If you wanted to, you can get customized here and call this post construction phase 1 rough clean service proposal, right? You could change the background if you wanted to. I mean, the background image could be red. I'm just gonna go back to gray. Service charges, if you still wanted to and you said, oh crap, you know what, I forgot to add something, you could add a line item right here, right? And then you guys can see as you're adding, right? It's also editing on the left side. So it's a pretty cool preview button that you're able to, on the fly, be editing and seeing everything that's going on the left. But let's say we don't need to do all that right now. We go to service days. This is a one-time job, right? So it's just gonna say a one-time service. You don't need all the frequency days there. Scope of work. This is another awesome section, guys. So here, I will be able to add sections here, right? Add a task section if you wanted to keep going to building task sections, or better yet, I already have a post-construction template, right? Because I've preset my post-construction template based off of the most common tasks that occur on a post-construction job. So here you can see PC general scope. When I hit that button and I hit apply, did you see how fast that happened? I've got all my tasks that a post-construction entails for a rough clean, or then you can add to it if it's a make ready, and then you can add to it if it's a final clean and stuff like that. But again, the whole point here, guys, is it's fast. You're agile. You're able to, apply, delete, take away things and really customize this proposal. But we'll leave that in because that's that is a real proposal here. I'm sending it out. So let me double check some stuff. I want to include my areas. That's all great. My contract service agreement, that looks great too. But when we do post, we always also add. So here's another thing too is we've got elements that we've already created that we can drop in here, guys. So why I bring that up is there's something in here I'm supposed to add. I forgot what it was here. Hold on. The preface. Okay. So this is something that I know on the post-construction side, Phil, who's our project and bidding estimator, this is something he always adds on to really just describe a little bit more of Rosalato to the construction side. This is only for construction that we will do this. But again, I noticed he didn't bold this. So I could go in there, bold it, make it a little better, right? Because you want this to stick out a little bit, don't you? So that can get added. Another cool feature, guys, is if I wanted this to be moved up in the proposal, I could move the preface up right before the scope of work, right? I wanted it to be shown in a better spot, right? Or I can move the charges down to the bottom. But you actually know what is, we had it at the bottom, but we moved them to the top because we noticed people just want to get to the charge page, man. They don't want to go through 19 pages to get to what the cost is going to be. So anyways, also, here you go. One click, you're able to get to all the spots in the proposal. Again, showing the flexibility of this tool, man. It's amazing. It just helps you get the job done so quicker. But I'm done, guys. This is it. Save the proposal. Let's go ahead and email this puppy out. I'm going to email it to the contact. The subject, optional, but I always like to put something here. Ray, attached is your post-construction proposal, or post-construction phase 1 proposal, right? Ray, as promised, I wanted to get this over to you before the end of the day. Please call with any questions. I always throw a little extra oomph into it, right? The place is looking great, man. Great job. Also, another tidbit, if you wanted to drop in extra marketing material, you could also do that too, right? So let's say I have a one-pager that I want to include, which is right here, if I can find it. Here's my one-pager. I'm able to add it, and it sends it as attachment right there. I could CC other teams, on everybody else on the team, right? If I have somebody that I want to know that I sent this proposal out, I can include somebody from the team. And then it CCs myself, so then again, it's confirmation that I sent out the proposal. But guys, that took me not even 10 minutes to go from estimate to proposal. I'm about to hit the send button. Proposal has been sent. That took me not even 10 minutes. We just went from walkthrough to proposal in literally under an hour. This is the way of operating an efficient business, is digitizing this sales process, because it's going to help your team sell with you, sell better, sell faster, and sell together, guys.